Right, Darren, so third game in, first defeat of the season. Disappointing performance, but in spells we looked a good side. What are your thoughts after today?
I'm glad to have had a bit of time to let the dust settle before we've had this chat today. Honestly, I thought that we were probably not 3-0 worse than the result ended up today. I think in the first half we probably had the better of the first half, as has been our pattern of late. We managed to not convert good chances and then found ourselves on the receiving end of a breakaway goal at 41 minutes, which was disappointing. So I think we probably shaded the first half, and probably Epsom was the better, finished stronger, but some strange decisions, I think, coupled with some good finishing from them and some poor finishing from us, culminated in a 3-0 result, which I believe is probably quite flattering.
Yep, I'd agree with that. You mentioned that the first goal was something of a mistake. The second and third goals, issues over those? I mean, the second penalty looked harsh, and the third, was there a foul on Rob McCarry?
I think with the penalty particularly, if the referee was adamant that it was a penalty, the assistant on our side certainly felt, agreed with our view that he felt there was enough contact on the ball to have negated the penalty. Or certainly that was the impression that he gave. And secondly, I think that there was some clear contact on Rob, who had his shirt, it just looked like he had his shirt pulled before the guy was able to steal a march on him on the byline and pull the ball back. So those two for me were very disappointing in terms of decisions that we didn't get. And during that spell, we also had what I felt was a perfectly good goal disallowed. So referees' decisions are always going to be slightly contentious when they go against you.
Very true. Lessons learned for some of the lads today, possibly even yourself. I mean, we tinkered with a formation today that possibly wasn't the wisest thing to do in hindsight, but also some of the players, did they find the step up a little bit too much today?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think there's a misconception, with regards to formations, that if you win the game and you've changed the formation, generally it's kind of a given that the praise and the credit goes with the players being able, versatile enough to switch their style of play and flexible enough to play a different formation. When you lose the game, then apparently the managers have got the formation wrong and the tactics wrong. So I kind of called that beforehand, really, and certainly at half time there was a few grumblings of formation which we discussed, and really and truthfully, as I said, I think probably again those arguments kind of went out the window in open discussion with the players once we started to actually analyse what happened in the first half and the fact that we probably should have come in ahead. Okay,
fair enough. Anybody stand out as performing well for you today?
I think that probably the standout player today was Asa. I think he had another superb, strong performance. He's grown to the standard which is not played at before, and he is probably the consistent performer at the moment, I think. And to be fair, I thought Rob McCarry had quite a steady game as well. But that's probably doing some of the others a disservice, and maybe the formation didn't show them out, for the performances they'd had. And you're asking me off the cuff, so at this moment in time, I'd be inclined to point towards Asa and Rob. Okay,
that's fair enough. I mean, for me, Asa probably didn't have his best game, but I thought more today because the forwards movement was better than we would come up against last year, and it's going to be a learning curve for him. I mean, I don't have any doubts that he's the sort of player that will come through that comfortably, but a little bit more knowledge from the forward.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that the standard of strikers, the movement, the pace, the certainly the touch, the tightness, the compact play, the front lads from Epsom are probably one of the strongest combinations of strikers that we're going to probably come up against this year. I don't imagine there's going to be too many teams that are going to have better all-round players, and to couple that, they're very honest, they work very hard, cover a lot of ground. So there was some real questions asked today, but like I say, 41 minutes we was very much in the game with probably the better chances. We got caught on the break, which was disappointing. And then the second and third goals, but both have got question marks over them. So, yes, I would say that perhaps Epsom deserved it on the day, but certainly not to the margin that they've ended up achieving.
No, 3-0 was very flattering. That said, we now move onwards. Bedfont Sports on Tuesday night, another tough game. Looking to bounce back quickly, I guess.
Well, absolutely. Tuesday's the last one before we face South Park here on Saturday. So there's players that have got to show some character. We've got to bounce back. I mean, we've just come off of, collectively, including last season, a 22-game league unbeaten run. So character's going to be important, and I think Tuesday, I'm glad that we've got a game that quick. I wouldn't want to sit here now not having a fixture until the FA Cup game. We've got an opportunity to get out there on Tuesday, put these demons to bed. Hopefully get a result, and hopefully we'll see some some positive reactions from the players and some decent performances.
Excellent. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.